I started as a FIFA gamer. And, you know, I started as a little kid just being like, oh, I want, you know, it'd be sick to make money out of this. And then the opportunity came and I took it and I went hard with it. And then I just kept going and kept going. I was like, okay, maybe I can make this a job. And then I worked and worked and worked. And then I was like, oh, okay, like maybe I can go into the music and see how far I can go with that. And I worked and worked. And it's kind of just constantly seeing how far I can go. Like, that's why I tried the movie as well, seeing how far I can go with that. And so on and so forth. And now the boxing is like the next thing. And I'm there like, let's see how far I can take it. Like, I don't see me getting a world champion or being a world champion. Like, I think that's ridiculous. I feel like I've missed the boat. But it's one of those ones where, you know, I beat Logan Paul. You know, I fight a journeyman. I fight another journeyman. I fight Jake or whoever. And then I keep going. And then all of a sudden, there might be an opportunity where I do fight someone for a world champion. And it's kind of like, I mean, it's ridiculous. Trust me, it's ridiculous. But like, you never know. It's one of those things where I never thought I'd be a boxer, a pro boxer 5 years ago. I never thought that would ever happen. And then, you know, things happen and opportunities come and you just keep going and then you just see how far you can take it. And right now, it's kind of like, it's not, for me, it's not about money. Like, I got money. I got plenty of money.
I love it. That's a wrap. That looks so sick. That's a wrap for some. Like, I'm putting that percentage up, you cunt.
Give some to that fucking gym. I've seen the state of it. Jesus.
like for me, I could just sit back and just do Simon videos all day and just be calm.
Simon's over there going, why don't you then?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I need more money.
Equal.
But it's just, I don't know, it's exciting just to see like where I can take it. Yeah. And that's why I put in the work. That's why I grind. That's why I sweat hard. And, you know, I think, personally for me, I think boxing is like one of the toughest sports in the world because it's so mentally draining and physically draining. And it's just constant. And you have to think quickly. You have to think smart. It's not just about who can punch the fastest or who can punch the hardest. It's about learning, you know, where your feet are and where you are in the ring and wondering, oh, why is he jabbing like this? And oh, this is the mistake he keeps doing. Okay, let me capitalize on that, etc. That there's so much to it, and I'm obsessed with that, and I love it. And
you know, before you get in the ring, when you're on the way there, I don't know what happened. I felt in the last fight you weren't as calm as you were in the Weller fight. You were a little bit calmer. Is there a thing that you go through to like maintain that, like? Because you are calm under pressure more than most people I've ever met in my life.
I think it's just practice. It's just like experience. Like, believe it or not, the tour helped so much. Yeah, like me going on tour helped tremendously. Like performing in front of crowds and, you know, not worrying about how, you know, the interaction or just like them disrupting my flow. It was just me being able to just go out there, perform, have a sick show, and then leave and just be like, yeah, that was sick.
People don't understand how weird it is. Like when I was in front of like all those thousands of people, I don't do that often. It's a weird fucking feeling.
You can tell. Like I always, whenever I see people, even with the roast, I saw everyone was just shaking. Like everyone's just nervous, because it's literally a nerve-wracking thing.
To be fair, Lawrence was fucking class.
But like it's kind of like it's experience. The more you do it, the easier it gets, the better you get at it. And I feel like that's important because obviously you can be sick, you can be insane behind, you know, when it comes to boxing, sparring and all that, and then when you come to the main stage in front of everyone, you can just shit yourself and just instantly be like, fuck. Like
that's what happened to Joe, I think, a little
and that's what happened to Fusi as well.
It's when you get hit, it's a shock. You go into shock if you're not used to it, and you take a punch from someone that's out there to hurt you. It can send you into shock, and then happened to Joe and Fuzi.
You've been used to the head guards. Obviously, I've seen you training without a head guard. But I don't imagine you're training with, was it 10-ounce gloves?
Oh, no 10-ounce gloves.
So the night of the fight, is that going to be the first time 10-ounce no head guard? The first time you're going to feel that?
That's the thing. Like
I don't know. I imagine you probably want to hit me with
it. He's gonna feel it a little. I'm not gonna crack him with a big right hand with a 10-ounce.
But to the intensity.
No, it won't be to the intensity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you and Logan get in, for both of you, trying to take each other's head off, it's going to be the first that you'll feel that ferocity.
Well, I mean, I'm planning on not getting hit. Like that's my plan. Like
good plan.
Yeah, it's just like obviously, you know. It's a boxing fight, you know, and I know I'm going to get hit maybe at one point, but I'm planning on not getting hit and making him suffer through that.
Do you remember the first time you got hit by Logan? Like what your thought was if you were in?
You know, that's a good question. It didn't really affect me. He doesn't have that much power, which is crazy. Yeah. Which is,
you know, they're going to clip the fuck out of that if anything. Sorry, Logan.
Because I remember
I think it's his style, how he punches. He doesn't really put his body into it.
I agree. I must admit, that's one of the things I think technically from the first fight, he definitely doesn't step into it and snap the jab.
Exactly.
It's a lot more of his arm, and the power is coming from his arm.
But the reason why he's doing that is to avoid getting hit, just because it makes his range ridiculous.
Well, because he isn't committing fully.
So he's like this far back, and I really have to come in.
I've seen that,
and that's why he wants to be able to counter me.
I think he'll come out with more intention this time.
Yeah.
Well, if Shannon Briggs is anything to go off, I would expect he's going to come in.
He's not going to be as like tentative this time. He will come with a bit more aggression. Like,
and when he did tag you, he didn't follow it up last time. That was a real lack of experience from him.
He just kept it at one pace and then allowed JJ back in the fight.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if you pushed that pace on him from the get-go. And
that's it.
We wonder too, don't we? We wonder too.
Because your cardio was undisputed.
I was just ready, constantly bouncing
when I say
around.
boxing experts, they critique this fight, I always think JJ's cardio was actually pro boxer level.
It is.
You don't understand that.
He's not even fight weight. We had sparring yesterday, and his last round was his strongest round. He threw the most punches in the last round.
I can't say
this is what I'm saying. His conditioning is always up to scratch. It's just getting the mind right, and
I think it's even more crazy because I'm heavier right now. I was 83, 84 with the last fight.
What are you now?
I'm
92, innit?
Yeah,
you look massive, I must admit.
I feel good.
In terms of you two look the same.
We are pretty much.
The same
I'm
way,
just a little bit leaner.
mental.
I'm just a little bit leaner.
I remember when I met him.
Put some respect on it, please.
Do you enjoy watching boxing?
Yeah, I love it. Before, I used to not get it, if that makes sense. I remember when I watched the Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight. Everyone was going on about this is the fight of the century. Oh my god, it's huge. And to the point where I actually, managed to get into the arena to watch it.
Wow.
And I was watching it. I was like, this is the most boring fight I've ever seen in my life. No knockouts. I'm like, what's going on? None of this makes sense. They're just hugging. They're just tapping each other. I don't get it. Obviously now I fully understand how the levels are and how just insane Mayweather is. He just shows how defensive, how smart he is defensively, and to be able to just slow down Pacquiao is always just work rate, and to manage to bring him right down to I guess Mayweather's level and make Mayweather fight his fight. It's just crazy. And
now you're going to train in his gym with his family for a fight in LA. How fucking... You talk about mental. This is what you've done in your life. I feel like I should come out with a red book. Do you remember this?
This is your life. I'm the only other person who remembers it. Now when you're watching, because I was sort of going to ask you that, do you feel like you've educated JJ? Because he's talking about looking at someone else's plan, unpicking it. That's not something that just happens overnight, is it?
That's the advantage for the fight, is that his IQ is high and he's understanding the sport. I can do maybe 4 defensive moves without someone throwing punches at me, then ask him what punches were coming at me, imagine what punches were coming, and he could name all of them. These are the things that are going to make the difference in the fight, because he's now seeing things clear. Before it's JJ jab, why, just do it, because we ain't got time to learn why. Now it's okay, distance, okay, that one's going to take a bit of air away. He's starting to understand all the uses of the weapons. So even something is going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Even something as simple as you move to your right. And it's why are you moving to your right? To avoid his power hand or
stuff like that. He gets it now.
And I mean, there's so much.
How many times have you watched that last fight?
So many times. And
I'm sorry for the commentary. I didn't know.
Watch it on mute.
I think I've watched it about 6 times.
Mate, I've watched it I can't even count.
Yeah, it's where Lawrence goes, finish him off.
I got carried away. I was like, finish him.
I'm looking at Lawrence going,
neutral, motherfucker. Yeah.
I think it annoys me like all the time watching it because I'm just there like I'm so shit. Legit, like
That's his words, not mine.
I was like so shit compared to where I am now. Like I just know so much more. I know what I should have done. I should have just. There's so much. I mean, I don't want to say here like everything. I like all his strengths and weaknesses, etc. But like, there's so much I should have done, and I'm going to do. And like, I just felt like back then I was just complacent, and I just felt like I knew way more than I thought I did. And yeah,
Vidal we seen Vidal getting angry.
Yeah.
In those first two rounds, like,
yeah.
What was that like? Because you got a great relationship, and all of a sudden you got your mentor screaming at you.
That's the thing. Like that's again our advantage. Like Shannon Briggs is a former world heavyweight champion, so obviously he's gonna have knowledge, but he don't bond with Logan how I bond with JJ. So certain things I can just look at JJ and go, just do this, like, what's wrong with you? And then all of a sudden it clicks. Whereas like I don't think they have that relationship. It takes time to build that.
I think the last bar showed that.
Yeah. The last bar, it's just
you told me to do a certain thing.
That's it.
And then I was just like, oh fuck.
Because obviously we got Leon on the team, and JJ
ham,
listens to what Leon's saying. But then certain things I can just go JJ, because it's been that long.
Generally speaking, I want a little prediction of what round you think this is going to end in.
Round 5. Wow. Yeah. So
I changed my mind, but I'm not gonna say nothing. I changed my mind on that.
You two have different predictions.
We assume that he's gonna come out quite strong and fast and explosive because he's there. Like it's 10 ounce, no head guards. Fuck it, let's go. Like I'm probably gonna catch JJ, and that's it. It's gonna be easy. That's why he keeps saying round 1, round this, like decapitation, etc. So he's going to go ham for maybe round 1, round 2. And then if that doesn't work, then he's fucked. And then he's just going to gas out. The muscle is going to weigh him down tremendously. And he's just going to struggle to move. And I guess he's going to maybe write off round 3 and 4. And maybe try and hope to come back in round 5. But I think by then I would have done so much damage that it'd be curtains and then just... end him. So that's why I'm saying round 5.
I know that obviously this in your mind isn't even a possibility in terms of like you've done the work and you feel very confident.
Yeah.
But if you were to lose career wise, how do you feel that affects you moving forward? Pride
wise and ego wise it'll affect me quite a bit. But if anything it'll just make me even more of a beast. I think like either way I'm going to be like a beast. Like for me I've always told myself it's not about winning, it's always about like maybe if you get beat how far you can go. I mean what's the phrase, like
I feel like you're saying about the journey itself.
No, it's you can get beat, but like it's how you come back, it's how how strong you come back. And like for me it's always making sure I can come back stronger. So me leaving in 2017 just because I was just like not in a good place, I was just depressed.
That was right after our podcast.
Yeah, I was just like I just wasn't feeling right, and
we really took
this trip, Jordy. Nah, I remember that.
But then I came back stronger than ever, like, and then if anything, I just became even more popular, even more relevant, even more etc. Like I just like that's how I am. I always feel like I'm always gonna come back stronger. Like okay, I lose to Logan, then I'll be like fuck it, I'm gonna be a pro fighter, I'm gonna beat other pro fighters, I'm gonna beat other people, and then I'm gonna be like alright, I beat all these people, fuck it, like Logan, rematch. If you want to rematch, like that's like my mentality.
Is that already decided? Like if you didn't win you'd go again? I feel like that's how I am because I feel he's going to be the same, and I feel like we might be looking at a trilogy here.
I think it depends on how this fight ends.
I think that's it. Yeah. But like that thought is so far back in my head. It's like that's me.
It's interesting for us to know, though. Do you know what I mean?
But like there isn't a day where I'm after a session, I'm there like, I feel great.
Yeah, I've fucking trained with this prick. I've trained with him before.
There's
hard work.
There was times last year where I was like, I actually feel right, you know, like after a session.
Yeah, it's long now.
That must be disappointing as a trainer when you're like.
No offense to Dida, like I love Dida.
Well, you trained at home last year.
Yeah.
For the last 2 fights, every single training. Well, all your PT sessions were in the house.
Dida is obviously not the same as we're talking about the Mayweather gym here. We're not talking about the same, are we?
And even Leon, like I said, I love Dida so much. Like he's taken me so far. Like where I was at the beginning and where Dida took me, like I will never forget that, because he has done so much for me and he's allowed me to be in the position I am today. I needed to take it to the next level, and that's why I got Leon. And Leon, like, he is ruthless. He doesn't give a fuck. He's there like, if I'm
like,
well, if I'm there like, bro, I'm dead, I'm done. Leon's like, no, you ain't. We working. We going. Keep going. Let's go.
Literally.
If I'm there like, I can't do any more pull-ups. He's like, shut the fuck up. You're doing more.
This is the same guy who threw a t-shirt in, heavyweight
And looked
champs.
gleeful doing it as well. It was like he was like a little pixie, like pulling these t-shirts out.
Like he is a machine.
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, he's ruthless. He's ruthless.
Enjoys like
watching people in pain.
In pain. He enjoys working out.
Yeah.
He enjoys like putting himself through pain himself. Like he enjoys it.
Yeah.
So like I needed him to take me to the next level, because I myself, like I just work hard anyway. So I needed Leon to push me to that next level, to turn me into a psycho, to a killer. And then Vidal just helped me with the boxing technique and boxing IQ, and just just making me just a complete boxer, and making sure when I come into this next fight, I'm just levels above anything anyone ever thought. And people are going to be like, shit, why did I bet money on Logan?
Yo, think about it, like his conditioning is already amazing.
Yeah,
we've got Leon that's smashing it from the strength and conditioning side. But then we're going to Vegas to train with Larry Wade, who's also in camp with Luis Ortiz, who's preparing to fight Deontay Wilder. So he's going to be on the track with world champions. Badu's preparing as well, so he's going to be training alongside world champions for 3 weeks solid. He's going to see their mentality, little tips that they they use. It's like they'll throw it in and say, listen, no, do this move instead of that. So we're in a camp where we're surrounded by the top guys in the sport. That's going to make a difference.
Your cardio is going to
it's going to be matched.
Logan was sat in front of me.
It was stupid.
Logan was sat in front of me, and I did say like early rounds, people are going to expect Logan to be the stronger, but the later the fight goes, like
that's it.
For me, unless there's a freak punch, there's only one winner. The later this fight goes on, it's if you can survive that early onslaught, just the onslaught, and that's what I expect hell, that. I would imagine. Yeah, it's going to be expecting dangerous. Him to just go ham, because he's got all that muscle, he's got all that mass, all that power. Fuck it, let's go. Let's see what happens, and then he's going to realize, I'm a fucking machine. Like, you can't fucking move me. Like, I'd say with the last time I was tentative. I was just avoiding shit. Now I'm not afraid to get hit. Now I'll stare you in the face and be like, you punched me and that did fuck all. Now I'm going to punish you for that. And Logan's going to see that, and it's going to scare the shit out of him.
So I was saying to Jay, like, everyone has a breaking point. And once you find it, that's it. Some people, it takes a bit longer than others. Joe's breaking point was very low. Logan's is proven to be higher, but in round 6, we nearly found it. If there was a 7, we would have hit it. So it's just finding his breaking point in this fight and then crushing it. And that's what we aim to do.
You make a compelling case.
It's exciting. I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
It's amazing, because every interview that we do, it swings one way, and afterwards you're like, wow, Logan was standing on the table. Logan was doing this. And you're like, we don't need to stand on the table.
We don't need to do that. We don't need to show like, oh, do with this or doing that. Like, I think he's just doing all of that shit to cover that he's nervous. And I think he hates that I'm not showing anything. I think he enjoyed that last time because he was able to go, oh, okay, look, he's doing this. Okay, let's work on this. Oh, he's doing this. Now he's got nothing. And now, obviously, like, he's not showing shit himself, but I think that's nervous energy, and to hide that, he's doing all this flamboyant, crazy shit just to hide it.
In the press conference, I felt like Logan was being, I think, in terms of confidence, he came across as more confident than the two of you. When you got to the face-off, you started talking.
Yes.
And he didn't talk.
And he was just silent.
And I was like, oh, JJ's talking lots of shit and he's not saying anything.
Well,
what did you feel from that?
I was telling him, like, you know you're fucked. Your main coach is Shannon Briggs. He's Are you serious? Like, I'm telling him, like, I've got a mad camp in Vegas. I'm literally training like with champions. I'm training like a killer, and you're not ready for this. I'm literally a completely different boxer. And I was telling him all of this, and he was just looking at me like trying to just not take it in. But I could tell he was taking it in, and I felt like he was there like, oh shit, like this is different, like compared to the last time. Like last time I was all funny and, you know, it was like a comedy show. This time I'm serious, and when I'm serious, shit gets done. Well, that's what I mean. Like,
oh no, fight week you see everyone's true emotions. Because you normally have the press conference, the public workout, all that. That's when you really start to see everyone's behavior and who's truly been confident from the beginning and who was acting. Because when you know in 3 days time the guy you've been dissing, hating, steps on them scales in his best shape possible, that is when you really get
that was the
emotion.
Weller moment for me when I looked at you and Weller not face to face, and it was like, oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. But before that, when you was watching Joe and what bite, you would have thought, oh my god,
are you screaming and shit,
and the sweat's flying everywhere, and everyone's like, have you seen this? I'm like, I don't need to see it. And then at the weigh-in I was like, oh, there you go, that's it.
That's pretty
fascinating. I feel like we should wrap it there, lads.
Really?
I feel like
we're just getting started.
It's fucking great to hear what you're saying, and I know we're going to get an absolute classic fight.